Hello students, today we'll see one of the most simple part of the kinetics. Generally students are having the fear about the dynamics and especially kinetics. But in kinetics some portion is there which is very simple. Any students can try. And that part is what? Impact. Specifically it is a linear impact. And in the linear impact what we must know, only two formulas if you know, you can solve many problems easily. And which are these two formulas? First is what? Coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution means, and this formula, so it is denoted by E. It is equal to V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. So this, the two colliding objects are there, and the V1 and V2 are the velocities after the impact, and U1 and U2 are the velocities before the impact. This formula you must remember, and along with this one more formula you must know, and that all of you are knowing, and that formula is what? Conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. And conservation of momentum is what? M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. And I don't think that both are difficult ones. So here only you have to remember it is not U2 minus U1, it is U1 minus U2. And apart from this, one more formula of coefficient of restitution additionally you can remember, and that formula is what? E is equal to under root H2 by H1. Means H1 is dropping height and H2 is after the, if something we drop, when it rebounds, that is what? H2. And specifically the value of E, it will be in between 0 to 1. 0 to 1. And when E is equal to 0, it is the perfectly plastic impact. Means both the object will move together after the impact. And when E is equal to 1, it is perfectly elastic impact. It is perfectly elastic impact. And generally our values is less than 1 and greater than 0. Means if you remember these basic things, then easily you can solve at least one example in the mechanics paper. So now we'll see 3-4 examples on this. So very first example, it is something like this. Now we'll see this example. See what is it? A ball of mass 1 kg moving with a velocity of 2 meters per second impinges directly on a ball of mass 2 kg. Means here what we can do first ball and second ball. You can consider like this. A ball of mass 1 kg. M1 is 1 kg. M2 is 2 kg. So it is given. It is given. And velocity of first ball means 1 kg ball is what? 2 meters per second. Let us consider it is towards right. 2 meters per second. And what about second ball? 2 kg at rest. At rest means it is 0. The first ball after impinging comes to rest. Means after the impact the velocity will be V1 and it is going to be 0. Rest means 0. Find the velocity of the second ball after the impact and coefficient of restitution. So such example is there. So what is V2 and what is E? And now see how easily we can solve this problem. So M1, M2, everything is known. Let us consider this first ball is moving towards right. It is at rest. That so we'll consider that it is towards right. Towards right. And towards right we'll consider positive. Now M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Now put these values. M1 1, U1 U1 is 2 towards right plus M2 2 kg and u2 it is 0. It is equal to m1 1 kg and v1 it is 0 plus m2 2 kg and 2 v2. Now say this value is, say m1 u1 1 into 2 plus m2 u2 0 plus m1 v1 because comes to rest. The first wall after impinging comes to rest, means v1 is 0 and m2 2 kg into v2 which we have to calculate, means what we'll get. So we'll get v2 is equal to 2 will get cancelled, these values are 0. It is 1 meter per second. And if we are getting positive value, this v2 is also towards right. This is also towards right. Means find the velocity of the second wall after the impact. It is 1 meter per second. And what is E? E is going to be v2 minus v1 divided by u1 minus u2. Now if you put these values, v2 we have calculated 1 towards right plus, then v1 is 0, 1 minus 0, u1 towards right 2 and it is minus u2, it is 0. Means it's very simple example. E is equal to 0.5. So this is the velocity of the second wall after the impact, and it is what? The coefficient of restitution. Finish. Means such very simple examples we'll be getting in the mechanics paper. Then second example is what? A ball of 20 Newton. Now here mass is not given, it is a weight. That means ball A means MA. This is 20 Newton means 20 by G. It will be in terms of kg. And initial velocity of 6 meters means initial velocity of U is 6 meters per second towards right. Collides with the ball B of 10 Newton, MB will be what? 10 Newton means 10 by G. It is going to be, so Newton means mg, weight means mg by g, it will get cancelled and will get the mass 10 by g kg, and the velocity, initial velocity 8 meters per second leftwards. So ub is 8 meters per second towards left. Before impact means these are the velocities before impact. If the coefficient of restitution is 0.6, E is given 0.6, then determine the velocities of balls A and B. Means what we have to do? We have to calculate VA is what and VB is what. So this is what the data I have put from the statement. And now how easily we can get this answer? See, first is what? Always while solving this problem, use conservation of momentum, MA UA plus MB UB is equal to MA VA plus MB VB. Now MA is what? 20 by G into UA into 6 plus MB 10 by G into UB minus 8. Why minus? Because it is towards left. It is equal to 20 by G VA plus 10 by G VB. Means from this what we'll get? So this 10 by G, 10 by G, 10 by G is common in all the things. So here what we'll get? 2 into 6, 12. 12 minus 8, 4. And it is going to be. So from this, if you solve it, we'll get the equation like this. 2 VA plus VB is equal to 12 minus 8. It is 4. It is 4. It is equation 1. And the second is what? From the equation, from the coefficient of restitution, it is going to be E is equal to V2 minus V1. Sorry. So here A and B are there. So VB minus VA divided by UA minus UB. Then it is what? 0.6. It is 0.6. It is equal to VB. VB and VA we have to get. Means VB minus VA divided by UA. UA is 6 minus 8. So what I'll get from this? Minus VA plus VB is equal to 14 into 0.6. 8.4. This is the second equation. And see, from this, from equation 192, directly you can write the answer, or just I'll show it from equation 192. Means what I'll do? Equation 2 minus equation 1. So what will happen? Minus VA minus 2 VA minus 3 VA I'll get. This VB minus VB, it will get cancelled. And 8.4 minus 8.4 minus 4 means 4.4. Hence, what I'll get? VA is equal to 4.4 divided by 3. It is going to be minus 1.467 meters per second. This is the velocity of A. Minus means towards left. And what about B? Then from equation 2, VB is going to be 8.4 minus VA on that side plus VA, but this value is minus 1.467. So the answer will be it is 6.933. Hence, VB is equal to 6.9333 meters per second. And see, this indicates that plus value is there. It is going to be towards right. Means at the end, I'll write these answers on this side. You can write below it. Answers will be VA is equal to 1.467 meters per second towards left, and VB is equal to 6.933 meters per second towards right. So these are the answers of this example. Now we'll see the third example on this. So it is what? A ball is dropped from a height h0, 2 meter on a smooth floor, knowing that the height of the first bounce is h1, 1.2. Determine the coefficient of restitution and expected height. So it is going to be expected height h2 after the second bounce. So these are going to be the two questions from this problem. Is very simple. So here what is given? h0 it is 2 meter and h1 it is 1.2 meter, and what is asked? E is what and h2 is what? So this is almost a gift. So here initially I have told E is equal to h2 by h1. Now here h0 and h1. Then what it will be? h1 by h0, or smaller value divided by larger value. If answer comes more than 1, make it reverse. So here it is going to be h1 is 1.2, h0 is 2. And from this we will get E. And this E is going to be 1.2 divided by 2. It is equal to 0.775. 0. And see, it is less than 1. 775. So this is coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. And now again see, just once again I'll check, because if answer is wrong then there is no meaning. It's correct. It is correct. Then second is what? E is equal to, it is h2 by h1. h2 by h1. That means E square is equal to h2 by h1 by h1. Then we have to get h2. h2 is asked, height after second bounce. Then it is E square, h2 is E square into h1. E square is what? 0.0775 it square into h1, which is 1.2. Hence we will get h2 also. It is 0.72 meters. 0.72 meters. See, very simple examples like this we may get on this part, and you should not miss this. Then one more example we can have on this, and that example is what? The velocities of two identical steel blocks of mass 0.6 kg before impact are VA and VB, means A and B is given. So instead of VA and VB notation, we'll use before impact UA and UB. So one thing is two identical balls, means their masses are same. MA is equal to MB, and that value is given 0.6 kg. 0.6 kg. Then velocities before impact, instead of VA, now in the solution I am considering UA, 4 meters per second towards right. And what about UB? UB is 2 meters per second towards left. Means if we are taking this positive, it will be negative. After impact, the velocity of block B is observed to be 2.5 towards the right. Determine the coefficient of restitution before. After the impact, the velocity of block B is observed to be. Means VB is observed to be, not VA. VB is 2.5 meters per second towards right. Determine the coefficient of restitution between the blocks. Then for that VA is also required. Means what we have to get? We have to get first VA, and then we can easily get E. Again one more very simple example. So conservation of momentum, MA UA plus MB UB is equal to MA VA plus MB, VB. Then M is what? So either you can write, or even though that MA, MB will get cancelled. 0.6 into UA, 4 towards right, plus MB, again 0.6 into UB, minus 2 is equal to 0.6 VA. We have to calculate 0.6 VA plus 0.6 VB. VB is 2.5 towards right. So this 0.6, 0.6, 0.6 will get cancelled, and directly will get, it is VA. Actually, this 0.6 will get cancelled. 6, it is 4, and it is minus 2, means 2. So it is 0.6 will also get cancelled. It is 2.5 only, means 2 minus 2.5 is V. So 2 minus 2.5 means minus 0.5, 0.5, and it indicates that VA is 0.5 meters per second. Minus sign indicates it is towards left. It is towards left. Then how we can get coefficient of restitution? Coefficient of restitution, E is VB minus VA divided by UA minus UB. And now all these 4 values we are having. VB is 2.5 towards right. It is 2.5 towards right, means plus, minus, this is what? Towards left, means again minus 0.5 divided by UA. UA is 4 towards right, minus UB. It is towards left. It is towards left. Correct. So just see this 0.5. So 2.5 minus 2.5 minus 0.5 minus 0.5. So what will get? 2.5 minus minus plus, it is 3, and it is 6. So E is equal to 0.5. 0.5. And see, like this we can get the coefficient of restitution between the blocks. So what I'll suggest, all the students, whenever you are going through the mechanics paper, see the last 7th or 8th question, last questions, and one such example will be there, and do not miss such type of example. At the most you have to use only these 2 formulas, one conservation of momentum and coefficient of restitution. Thank you.